Even for the fan that walks up and watches a fast-pitch softball game for the very first time, it's easy to see how important the catcher is. They receive every pitch, and they seem to be involved in every play. But very few people understand the complex training that it takes to develop a great catcher. Like any other position in fast pitch, you need to spend a great deal of time in work and drills to develop the many different duties and responsibilities of catcher. Everything from receiving the pitch, to shifting and blocking, to fielding pop-ups and bunts, and all different kinds of throws. What seems like a very simplistic position, in fact, is very complex. The purpose of this video for both the athlete and the coach is to try and teach you the very basic fundamentals so that you can be, or you can train, a great catcher. So now we're going to go to Coach Johnson, and he's going to start out with basic positioning.
What's involved in positioning, number one, is the stances that the catchers use. They use two stances here at the University of New Mexico. They use an up position and they use a down position. The second thing that's involved in positioning is targets. The targets that the catcher actually gives to the pitcher, the setup, where the ball is going to go. The first thing we're going to discuss today is a down position. Now, the down position, as you see, Michelle is in a down position right now. The down position is very important because this is where the catcher is most of the time. The thing about softball is you don't just play 7 innings in a day. Usually you're going to play 7 to 14 innings. Sometimes you'll play 21 innings. And so the catcher, if you're using the same catcher all 3 ball games, that's a lot of stress on their legs. So they have to find a comfortable position that relieves the stress on their legs, and that is the down position. As you notice, it's a squat. Michelle is squatted behind the plate, and she's found this is the most comfortable position for her. Now, another thing that we do off the squat is we give the signals to the pitchers, what pitch to throw into what situation. So this is an important position to be in. So it must be comfortable, and the athlete must be in control. With no one on base, we're going to be in a down position. Michelle is showing an example of a target in a squat down position. Okay? Thank you, Michelle. Okay, now a very important thing that I want you to remember about the down position. Remember I said originally this is a relaxed position because this is something they may have to be in for 14, 21 innings. So this is a relaxed position. Something that you're going to find in some of your catchers is that they're going to come up. They're not going to be all the way down, and they're going to come up. Okay, right there. Now this is a stress position. Their muscles in their thighs are contracted right now. This is a problem. Okay, catchers are strong enough to do this. But if you try to do it for 14, 21 innings, the next day, they're going to be sore. You have another doubleheader next day, you need this catcher to be behind there, it could affect her play. So you got to make sure and look at these little points, and if you see that your catcher is up in a contracted position, you got to get him down. And let me tell you, folks, they're going to come to you and say, I cannot do this. I'm used to being up, I cannot do it. You say, you have to do it. And you work on it every day in practice. Even if it's only 5 minutes, you work on it every day in practice and make sure they're down in a comfortable position so they don't get into this contracted position with their muscles. Okay, the second position we're going to talk about today with the catcher is the up position. Now, the up position is a mobile position. We use this position when there's people on base. So whenever we have a runner on first, second, or third base, we have our catcher come up into an up position because it's more mobile. Why do we need to be more mobile when people are on base? There's 2 main reasons. Number one, people steal. Okay, they try to attack you offensively, they run. We need to get from a fielding to a throwing position quickly. And so we want to be in a position that we can do that by. When we're in a down position, as Michelle's in right now, her weight is down here over her hips. And it's very difficult for her to get in a throwing position quickly. And so now we're going to take her and move her into an up position so she can quickly throw the ball. The second reason we go into an up position is for shift and block. Pitchers, I hate to say it, sometimes they throw the ball wildly. What we tell our catchers is we want to make sure that they block each and every ball that's thrown into the dirt. And so again, we want to give them an opportunity to do that so they put them in a position where they're more mobile and they can shift and block the balls that are in the dirt. So that's the main reason why we use this up position. Okay, now Michelle will demonstrate some up positions for you. Go ahead, Michelle. Okay, now notice with Michelle, what we did is we take her legs and we spread them out. Notice in the down position, Michelle was on her toes. Now in the up position, Michelle has her weight on the inside balls of her feet right here, okay? There's not a lot of pressure put on her heels. Their heels are on the ground, but there's not a lot of pressure. The pressure is on the inside balls of her feet, so she's ready to move in either direction. The legs and the back are close to parallel to the ground, okay? And the bottom is up. We want to make sure we don't drop our bottom, because the more we drop our bottom, then we shift our weight back, and it makes us difficult to move. So we want to raise our bottom up the air and want to have it sticking up a little bit, so now we can increase our mobility. Here's a side view of the up position. We're starting in the down to see what it looks like. Okay, now Michelle will go up into up position. Again, the legs are wider spread. The legs in the back are almost parallel to the ground, and the bottom is up. The bottom is up. Okay, relax. Now we're going to continue to talk about positioning for your catcher. And today, right now, we're going to talk about targets, how we're going to use a catcher to give targets. Now, at the University of New Mexico, the big thing that we do is we give our targets from our glove to our body. So we use our body a lot for our targets. For example, say we have a right-handed hitter up the plate right now. We have Michelle in a down position, and she's going to give a target for an inside fastball. So what she's going to do is shift on over and split the inside corner of the plate with the midline of her body. Then she's going to hold her glove out in the middle of your body and out towards the pitcher. By doing this, the pitcher not only has the glove as a target to throw to, but she has Michelle's whole body. Now the same thing will apply on the outside pitch. Michelle just shift over, split the outside portion of the plate with her body, glove out, away from body, and she has gloved the midline of her body to shoot for. Okay, the bigger the target, the easier it is for the pitcher to see. For a low pitch. Low pitches are very interesting because the chances of them being thrown into the dirt are increased greatly. So the one thing we have to talk about with our catchers and make sure that they can efficiently get that ball if it does go into the dirt is we want them, when they give their low target, we want them to take their wrist and we want them to rotate it, okay? So instead of having their glove up in the normal target position, they're going to go ahead and rotate it. Now, if we do get the ball into the dirt, it's easy for them to rotate over and bring it down here when they go to the blocking position, or even on the low pitch, it doesn't actually hit the dirt, but they can get that glove down there a lot quicker. Okay, let's go ahead and show that. Just a pitch down the middle of the plate, Michelle, and let's go ahead and turn that wrist. Okay, no, see, she just has the wrist turned now, so if we get that low pitch, now it's easy for her to turn it up and over. Where if we're here, we're going a longer distance. In this manner, we're not. Okay, the two basic things we're going to do from this position is, number one, we're going to give targets, okay, and we already showed you an example of a target. And number two is signals. We're going to give signals from this position to our pitchers. Now, we change it a little bit because we don't want the third base coach or the first base coach stealing our signals. And believe me, they do that. They cheat. They walk over past the line to take a look to see what they can get. So we want to block them as much as we can. So when we give our signals, we take our left hand in our glove and we put it down there below our left shin, so we're blocking the third base coach from looking underneath and picking up our signs. Now we take our right hand and we're going to put it on our inside leg and bring it down below our left leg so we can block the person from third base, and we're also blocking the person from first. Now, Michelle will go through a series of signals showing you what it looks like from the pitcher's point of view.